What is going on? Reb Your Collectibles back at you with a finally HGA, I guess you can say part 3. The final part. My cards did come back very well. As I had to open them just to check them out. But happy this time around compared to the last time. I have joined a Facebook group that talks about HGA and people's submission issues, and a lot of people had the warped slabs. People have had the hair in their slab, so on and so forth. I was a firm believer in HGA when I first started. I just was skeptical because it was a new company. I did love the fact that they're using AI grading, and at that time there was no other grading company that was using AI grading. PSA, was SCG, Beckett, none of them were using that. So therefore you can look at cards and say, well, the centering is very off on that. That's not a 10, and people were starting to call that out. So HGA dropped, and they were using the AA grading to get better results as far as more accurate grading, like 10s being 10s and 9s being 9s. Instead of sending in a card, a 9 turned into a 10, or a 10 that you knew was a 10 was a 9, because they did what they called the eye pop, or I forget what the term that they used, the eye factor or something like that. But everybody knows you can't do an eye factor on cards simply because there's so much that goes into it. But anyway, long story short, I sent this off at the end of March. I got the first round back at May 7th. That was 34 business days. They were late. When I opened it up, the slabs were ridiculously warped. I was very disappointed. They were like, you can see the gaps in them. I talked to somebody in customer service. They did respond pretty quickly, which was nice. I sent it back out. However, I sent them pictures. I sent them my PayPal shipping receipt saying I sent it back. The person never responded. That frustrated me a lot. However, my cards did come back within 5 days. Unfortunately, they were still warped. They weren't perfect, and it may sound, no, it's not going to sound, you pay for a product, you want your product to be what it should be. Flat surface, not wobbling, not all, like, that's, who wants to buy a slab when it's all warped? I don't. So I contacted them again. Finally, somebody answered me. I sent them the photos of both of them, the shipping. They reimbursed me finally. This person actually stepped up and actually gave me the customer service that was deserved. The only problem is it took another 14 business days just for it to ship back to me. But, so I guess you say it's a total of 61 business days that I didn't get my slabs correctly shipped to me. Should I ask for a refund? I mean, honestly, I just wanted to be over with. I'm very skeptical on sending anything back to HGA at this point until I find out that whoever runs their QA department is not very good. Especially if you're seeing all these problems, how does somebody not look to see that these slabs are warped or there's a hair in it? That's bad business. And when you're a new company, you can't have that business to start off with. So who knows? Maybe they'll get somebody better in there. I don't know. Anyway, so let's go back to these cards. And of course they did get a new printer for the labels. So the Jokic rookie card that I had their new, I guess, red coloring in their Denver Nuggets, which I didn't like for the card because it wasn't in there. It was in the blue and yellow. So hopefully they changed that. All right, so the first card I had was the Justin Herbert Prism. And of course, it's got the 85. I will say, like, the color splash looks a lot better than it originally did. Well, actually, all the color splashes look a lot better. As you can see, corner, surface, 8.5. Okay. The surface, I guess I get. Any chrome card or prism, I guess you can say. The surface, they've had nothing but issues with surfaces. So edges 9, centering 10, which I knew the centering was going to be off left to right. And I believe top to bottom as well. So I'll take a 9 on that. Probably should have been lower, but I'll take it. And then Alexis Lafreniere, if I say that right. And this is his Young Guns UD canvas. And this one came back a 9. Corners 9, surface 9.5, edges 9.5, centering 8.5. I guess if you can go by there, would be the surfaces. It's hard to tell with upper decks. Some cards you just really can't determine where the surface begins or not. So a 9, I'll take it. And this is the Quinn Hughes Young Guns rookie. And this was a 9.5. Corners, surface, edge, 9.5, centering a 9. Like I said, centering for this one, I couldn't even tell you. I guess maybe top to bottom, maybe. I don't know. That's the thing. Some of these cards I couldn't tell you what centering would be. And then we have, I'll do the Jokic last, the Barry Bonds 1987 Topps rookie card. They came back in 8.5. Can't complain, it's from 1987. As you can see, I got the surface, which was the best. And then looking at the back, I noticed by the Cleveland, there's like a little, I guess, blotch, stain, however you want to say it. And then I noticed up here, I can't really tell. I can't pull it up in the camera, but I think there's a little divot maybe in the card. And then here's the MVP Nikola Jokic. As you can see, much better label. The labels all around look a lot better. I'm actually quite glad I sent them in when I did because the labels look cleaner. They don't look like they were hurried up and cut. Like, these look perfect. And I like the color in the yellow and the blue, just like how the Nuggets jersey is. And of course, that's a 9. Corners, edges, centering a 9, and then surface was a 9.5. Overall, not bad. I can't complain. I am happy to get my cards back. But like I said, I'm going to wait a bit before I send anything else in. Plus, with HGA, you have to wait for a lottery, and it's just like, who wants to sit there and wait? There's so many people that haven't even got in there, and it's just not worth sitting there trying to try every time to get in there. Like, I was lucky enough to get in there. I'll just wait to see if they are able to open more up to where you don't have to, but you just limit people on how many you can send in. But that's all I have. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.